The Castillo de San Marcos, the fort. What better place to find restless souls than in the dark halls and former fort? The Castillo is a masonry star fort made of a stone called coquina, literally little shells. This is what the stone is made of, ancient shells that have bonded together to form a type of stone, similar to limestone. Workers were brought in from Havana, Cuba to construct the fort. The coquina was quarried from Anastasia Island across the bay from the Castillo, and ferried across to the construction site. Construction lasted 23 years, being completed in 1695. The city of St. Augustine was founded in 1565. Over the next 100 years, the city was defended by 9 wooden forts. Following the 1668 attack of the English pirate Robert Cecil, it was decided by the Queen Regent of Spain, Mariana, that a masonry fortification be constructed to protect the city. In October 1672 construction began on the fort that would become the Castillo de San Marcos. In 1670, Charlestown, modern-day Charleston, South Carolina, was founded by the British. Being just 2 days' sail from St. Augustine, this was one of the events that spurred the fort's construction. In November 1702, forces under orders from Governor James Moore of Charlestown, set sail from Carolina in an attempt to capture the city. Upon their arrival at St. Augustine, the British laid siege to the city. All of the city's residents, some 1,200 people, along with all of the fort's soldiers, some 300, remained protected inside the wall of the fort for the next 2 months during the siege. The British cannon had little effect on the walls of the fort. The coquina was very effective at absorbing the impact of the shells, allowing very little damage to the walls themselves. The siege was broken when the Spanish fleet from Havana, Cuba arrived, trapping the British in the bay. The British were forced to burn their ships to prevent them from falling into the Spaniards' hands, and march overland back to Carolina. As they withdrew, they set fire to the city of St. Augustine, burning much of it to the ground. After the siege of 1702, the Castillo underwent a period of reconstruction. Beginning in 1738, the interior of the fort was redesigned and rebuilt. Interior rooms were made deeper, and vaulted ceilings replaced the original wooden ones. The vaulted ceilings allowed for better protection from bombardments and allowed for cannon to be placed along the gun deck, not just at the corner bastions. The new ceilings required the height of the exterior wall to be increased from 26 to 33 feet. In January 1861, Florida seceded from the United States in the opening months of the American Civil War. Union troops had withdrawn from the fort, leaving only one man behind as caretaker of the fort. In January 1861, Confederate troops marched on the fort. The Union soldier manning the fort refused to surrender it unless he was given a receipt for it from the Confederacy. He was given the receipt and the fort was taken by the Confederacy without a shot. Most of the artillery in the fort was then sent to other forts, leaving the fort nearly defenseless. The fort was taken back by Union forces on March 11, 1862 when the USS Wabash entered the bay, finding the city evacuated by Confederate troops. The city leaders were willing to surrender in order to preserve the town, and the city and the fort were retaken without firing a shot. Throughout the rest of the fort's operational history, it was used as a military prison. During the 1880s and 1890s, many Native Americans were imprisoned in the fort during the American expansion westward. In 1898, over 200 deserters from the Spanish-American War were imprisoned at the fort. The fort is very haunted. Sights, sounds and many and eerie feelings have affected the many who dare to tread the steps of those that have died before them.